Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. 5 signs you're doing better than you think. A lot of us, we're so hard on ourselves. We're in our rooms, hitting ourselves over the head with books, the computer mouse, whatever we can get our hands on. I have seen along my journey, when you stop applying all of this pressure on yourself, that's where the real magic takes place, because now you start thriving. And many of us, we've been told that it's not right to talk about your gifts and talents. You should just be humble. But what I've seen is that when you can start honoring your uniqueness, you're on your way. A lot of us, we've come a long way. A long way. Can you remember 10 years ago what you looked like? Do you want to remember how you felt inside? And just to see yourself today, for me, along my journey, it's a miracle. It's the metamorphosis. It's the transformation. In essence, it's the awakening. A lot of us, we have the moment of clarity where you get injured, you might break your ankle or your leg. And it's at that moment you realize every single part of my body is important in creating well-being within us. If you've got a sore throat, you're like, oh, that's the time where you really want to speak. And once you get your voice back, you're going to be chatting all night long. 5 signs you're doing better than you think. Number 1 is that you have seen your true worth. I have seen it along my journey. Once you start placing value on what you do, great things happen. When you start working on yourself, I say that it's about letting go of feelings that don't serve you, emotions that don't serve you, feelings that don't feel good. Because a lot of us, we hold on to all of this negative energy just to say that we paid our dues. But I've seen that we came here to be free. We came here for the total experience. That's full of ups and downs, but ultimately it's all about evolution. An amazing awakening moment for me is that I realized that the moment you start thinking for yourself, that's the moment you start paying homage to yourself. Because in a world where there are so many ideas floating all around the place, to stay true to who you are and not care what other people think, it's the hardest thing to do, but it serves you in the long run. I say that question everything, even what I'm saying. And the more you question, the more you expand. A lot of the times, thinking about how far we have come, a lot of people, they're writing to me about their amazing stories of transformation, how they went from eating so much junk food to a healthier plant-based diet. They feel happier, healthier, and that's something to be proud of. Instead of focusing on what we're not doing, I focus on what I am doing, and I am proud of that. You may have overcome an addiction. You've stopped smoking. You've stopped drinking. That is amazing. That is, celebrate. I'll celebrate with you. Because a lot of us, we don't even see how powerful we are because we're always searching for something else. And what I've seen is that absorbing yourself into the moment is where you can truly appreciate how far you have come, because there is only now. Number 2 is that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. What if there is no destination? I always love immersing myself in the process of whatever I am doing. I am not concerned with the result, because then it's finished. But for me, it's all about tuning into how you feel when you are doing it. What is the feeling you are getting? And what I've seen is that if you have a passion in life, any passion, that's a sign you're doing better than you think, because passion takes you places. It helps manifest your deepest desires. And also creating your own league. I find myself sometimes just saying, Ralph, chill out, relax. Because I talk of becoming the greatest version. And one of the best ways I've seen in doing that is to surrender. And surrendering is all about letting go, to see that you are irreplaceable. There is nobody like you in the universe. So that is something to be proud of, and to see that it's an opportunity. You have the ability to move your body, to eat. You have a roof over your head. But a lot of us, we spend so much time complaining. And for me, it's all about gratitude consciousness. Put a smile on that face. Number 3 is all about applying the universal principles into your daily life. That's a sign you're doing better than you think. If you see that you are choosing to be exactly where you want in life, in terms of your relationship, your diet, where you're working in your job, that's a conscious choice. And we can talk of just becoming aware of our feelings. For me, that has helped me so much to see that I am not a victim. I am a co-creator. So I am not attracting what I want. I'm attracting how I feel. And we can talk of the 7 Hermetic principles, mentalism, all is energy. So because of that, I realized that it's all about how you're feeling, the energy you are creating, correspondence. So within as without. How you feel internally shows itself in your external reality. Vibration. Everything is vibrating. Polarity. Everything is dual. Cause and effect. There are no accidents. Gender. You have masculine and feminine within everything. Rhythm. Everything in the universe moves in an ebb and a flow. So I've seen that you're doing better than you think when you can take all of this ancient wisdom and apply it into your life. You can see the value in it. A lot of people I know who have studied the 7 Hermetic principles, they're not the same. It's as if they've got to upgrade. They've been updated. They've gone from their old self and now they are their new self, because they see that they are a conscious co-creator and that the power lies within themselves. Number 4 is that you see that setbacks and failures are all part of helping us become the greatest versions of ourselves. There's going to be disappointments, mistakes. You're going to trip up a couple of times. You're going to get that blow. You're going to feel the wind blowing on you. And sometimes we get knocked down. But the true test to show us if we are really living what we talk of is to see how we rise. And I've seen it along my journey, that I don't imagine life to get any easier. I only see myself becoming stronger every single day. And I am so conscious, and I realize I'm proud that I see the power of words. I am the 2 most powerful words in the universe, because anything you put after that is what you become. I am lazy. Okay, keep on sleeping. I am magnificent. Now we see how words help shape our reality. I say, I am, I can, I will. And my new one is, it's done, because I visualize myself already there. And just to see that whatever we go through, setbacks are inevitable, because within the universe, I see that the universe sends us little tests. This is a university. The whole of life is an earth school. And it's up to us how we perceive it. And that's why it's so important on being mentally strong. And I do this by, first of all, working on your feelings. And that may be through listening to beautiful music that's uplifting your soul. Because the feelings we have create our thoughts. Our thoughts shape our perceptions. And our perception creates our reality. So it's all based on our attitude. And if you have a positive attitude to life, that's a sign you're doing better than you think. And lastly, number 5 is that if you can enjoy nature and great company, that's a sign you're doing better than you think. I love nature with a passion, because I realized that since my massive awakening over 10 years ago, the most simple things in life have the most lasting impact on me. I say that the simple things in life are the most significant. And that's why when I look at flowers, when I look at how all of nature is so intricately designed, I am humbled. I take a step back and say, wow, this is awesome. But those simple moments relieve the stress, the anxiety, because our environment, where we place ourselves in, affects us mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I've seen that you're doing better than you think if you can appreciate nature every single day. Take a stroll into nature with a great friend and just smile. And being around great company, I always say, connect with those who remind you who you are. For me, that's a sign you're doing better than you think. Because what I've realized is that nobody can do everything by themselves. And we are social beings. We are all supposed to be dissolving these boundaries. And that's what higher consciousness does. In essence, we see that everything is one. And it's all mental. It's all about letting go of this separation we see between ourselves. And taking responsibility for what we're creating and the choices we're making. You're doing better than you think if you chose happiness. That's what I've seen along my journey. I put happiness as the number one priority. But happiness cannot just be experienced in isolation. Happiness is best shared. And that's why Nat King Cole sang, the greatest thing that you will ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. If you have people that love you, that care for you, that's a sign you're doing better than you think. But even if you don't have all of those things, if you love yourself 100%, that's all that's necessary. Because now you become the source of your own happiness. You become the wellspring of love itself. And along my journey, it's all about collecting moments, not things, to see that what are we all here for? What are we all searching for? What are we all giving ourselves a headache over? No, this is all about pure relaxation for me. And I always say, relaxation is what you are. Stress is what you think you should be. A lot of people say it's too difficult. But how are you using your time? I use it to develop inner equilibrium. And I realize I'm not perfect by any means. There's still so much I have to do. But guess what? The road never ends. There is no destination. There is only what we are experiencing in this present moment. Enjoy life. It's a gift. We're here in nature, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.